DD214 Network podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
Good
morning.
169.
Nice.
169. We are, what is that, 31 away? 31 away from 200.
Yep.
It's so interesting that we've come this far. We've had so many different elevations, many upgrades and stuff, but we're still here. We're still fighting. We are still fighting.
And we will continue to do so. We will continue to do so. That's what we do. How
you guys feeling?
Carry on. We just carry on. That's what we do.
John, did you fuck up the Discord again?
What do you mean?
What? Are you pressing buttons in Discord again, John?
No, I'm not. I'm just. Usually by now the alert's already gone out in the Discord that we're live, and the alert's not gone out.
Oh, I'll put it up.
There you go. Did you guys have a good week? Joe, did you have a good week?
I mean, a little bit better of a week this week than the fucking last couple weeks. So, because I finally decided to say fuck it and stop worrying about all the other bullshit that's been going on here with the Townhouse. So,
fair.
Because I was just,
yeah. Sometimes you just got to get rid of the fucking blues, man. Like
it's one of those situations. It's like at this point, not fucking getting anywhere with the problem and getting it properly fixed. So what's the point about stressing about it? I'm trying to fucking quit using chewing tobacco. I'm trying to, cut back on some other shit.
Yeah. By the way, congratulations on
start getting a little healthier on that front. And because shit, I've stopped drinking a lot of sugary drinks. I don't even drink my energy drinks anymore. I do in the morning, either a cup of coffee or a blender bottle of pre-workout for caffeine, and then water all fucking day.
That's good though. I'm sure your liver is thanking you right now.
And
Oh
yeah. Good morning, Sergeant's time.
Yes, good morning, Sergeant's time.
Sergeant's time. There we go. Welcome.
So, just kind of, it's like I don't have the fucking time. I'm busy with work. We're going through fucking performance eval season right now for the yearly pay increases and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
In the 3 weeks that I was just constantly stressing with all the bullshit going on with the Townhouse, I probably, because of having to have maintenance in and out and vendors in and out for the property to fix things and this, that, and the other, I missed at least a whole day, if not 2 days worth of work over the course of three weeks, because I kept having to step away from my desk. They would have to do this. They'd have to do that.
Right.
And I just was like, you know what?
Fuck it.
You do your half-ass work on it, and then I'll just fucking move. Like, there's no point in continuing stressing.
That's right. And there's times where problems obviously don't go away on their own, but there's sometimes where there's not much you can do. So why give it free space in your head and get fucking depressed about it?
Unfortunately, this is kind of going to be one of those dick situations, or I'm going to sound a little bit dickish, it's the next person's fucking problem at this point.
Agree. It's not.
Whoever fucking moves in here after me, it's their fucking problem then.
I would leave a note somewhere. I would hide a note somewhere, like under a shelf, and tape it so that they find it.
It's not a bad, I'm kind of gonna side with John on this one a little bit. Like that's not a bad idea. Like, just in case future resident, like,
yeah,
here's what you can expect here.
It's like it's super, like, I mean, you could there's so many places you could put it too, like, tape it under the sink or something so that someone sees it.
Yep.
Yeah,
it'll work.
I mean, yes, that's a good idea, and trust me, I've thought about figuring out how to fucking leave some kind of note.
Brandon Cleary, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Cleary. But at the same time, it's like I'm moving from this property to another one of this company's properties that's a newer property and owned by them, not managed by them. So I don't want to, leave that and then they find it when they do the clean out and fucking send their crew in to repaint and do all the shit they've got to do. And then
that all they're going to do is paint over the fucking black mold. That's all they're going to do.
Well, yeah. I mean,
bleach over it.
They're just going to paint. They're just going to paint over it and fucking call it good.
Yeah. They're going to spray some shit on it, fucking paint the fucking water spots over. And
they are. You fucking know they are.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, I know. They're going to do the good old landlord special and fucking call it a day. And honestly, the thing is, I can't blame the property management company, because the thing is, they are just paid by an individual person who owns the property to manage the property.
Correct.
Any purchases over $250 for fixes on this property have to go through the owner, and he doesn't approve shit.
Right.
So it's not, it's not their fault. It's the owner who doesn't want to fucking properly put the money into making sure problems are solved.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. And I that's, it is what it is, right? Is that what we say? It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm going to move on. I'm going to call it fucking
You just have to move again. You just have to move again.
Yeah, I have to move again. But the thing is, the property that we're looking at,
man, that's such a headache.
It's a headache, but the property we're looking at is a newer property. It was built in 2019. It's a mid-rise in downtown instead of like a complex. Literally right across the street, there's two bars within the same block, and then the baseball stadium is right there.
Okay.
Within walking distance. So, I mean, it's also at the same time, yes, I'm having to move again, but I'm upgrading my quality of life. Right.
Crazy Ace, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Morning, Crazy.
We were just talking about you.
Where the fuck is he at that it's fucking midnight already?
Korea.
Oh, that's right. Right. Korea. That's right.
The Deftones have a song called Korea, and it's really good.
You were mentioning something this morning about the Deftones keeping you going. What songs you're listening to?
It was so they played Lollapalooza yesterday, so I was checking out their set from yesterday's show.
Okay.
So it was a mixture of all their songs. They started off with the old ones like My Own Summer and Digital Bath and Needles and Pins, and then they ended it with some newer songs and Change in the House of Flies.
My oldest daughter got into Deftones, like not recently, but like within the last year or two, she got into Deftones. I was like really proud of her. I was like, good for you, kid. Like, good for you, kid. Good for you listening to good music.
They just re-released the White Pony album. And it's just listening. I haven't listened to that album front to back in a long time. So I think I'm going back to it soon to kind of just. Sure. But yeah, the set that they played in Lollapalooza, it was pretty impressive to see that they're still around over 20 years and still kicking ass. Mm-hmm. Fun fact: do you know who found them?
Who found the Deftones?
Yeah. Madonna.
I could see it. I mean, a lot of musicians tend to find other musicians, and people that love music will find good music, buried somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where a lot of it comes from.
Yeah, so it's like, so it had something to do with the record label. I think it was like Maverick Records, and Madonna was a part of that discovery of the Deftones.
Time. Fuck yeah, Sarn's time. Like it's always fun watching the kids like fucking start getting into the music that you like. You know what I mean? Like where it's like you don't really prod them into it. They just kind of do it. They find it on their own. Like another one my oldest daughter found was Tool. She started listening to Tool randomly, and I was like, "Are you listening to Tool?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Awesome. Keep it up. Go."
Yeah. Go. I mean, that's the thing. Like my daughter, she's she's been getting into a lot of the older music.
Hey, Crazy Eights, congratulations on Master Leaders course. That's fucking, dude, that's an accomplishment right there. Absolutely. Fucking A, dude. MLC qualified.
Scotto, thank you for coming.
Yo.
Yeah, no, we're actually Ace. We were just talking about you. We're gonna get a date for you soon. We have there are a bunch of scheduled stuff that are happening behind the scenes. That you just like Squilina was saying, he's got to move. So we're gonna we're gonna be in touch with you soon.
The next month's pretty fucking hectic because I've got this coming up week is my last week working for 2 weeks. Then I'm on vacation for 2 weeks. One of those weeks is dude, it's
crazy. Are you already a master sergeant? And did you go to MLC late, or are you frocked? Are you going to be frocked? Just curious. When you get a chance to respond, I'm curious about that because I know they were having problems with some of their some of their promotion stuff in the Army. So
the broken door comes back.
So he got pinned June for Master Sergeant.
Awesome. Okay. Good shit.
So
that's a hell of an accomplishment in the United States Army to make it to E8 as an enlisted soldier, to make it to Master Sergeant is a hell of an accomplishment. Mm-hmm. That's fucking badass.
I'm gonna answer Ace's questions about the whole move situation real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
And just kind of point you to. I'm gonna mainly point you to last week's episode. When you get a chance, Ace, you'll get the full story. But
the skinny, yeah,
the full fucking story. But last year, around this time, we moved from the apartment into a townhouse on the property because the townhouse that was directly connected to my apartment, on the other side of the property, there was a huge drug bust, and it was a heroin and fentanyl lab / stash house.
I still laugh about that shit. It's
That's
not
fucking
funny.
ridiculous.
It's not funny, but like you literally had like a fentanyl lab like next door to you, like literally
for 3 fucking years, and nobody knew it. But again, if you're doing that shit, you're not bringing fucking eyes to yourself to that extent. Eventually, you're going to get caught, but
yeah, but how much did they fucking make and produce before they got caught, right?
Exactly. So there was that. Moved into a townhouse. That was kind of a like 2-week turnaround. Like I think I told.
He's not joking, Sergeant's time. He's not joking.
I think I told Jay and John the day that the bust happened. I said I might have to move in the next like week or so.
This happened like in the beginning of the year, right? Something like that.
It was August of last year.
Oh, August of last year. Holy shit.
It's been a year now, but it doesn't seem that long ago, does it, John?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that long ago.
No, it doesn't.
It's literally like, guys, it's August. It's August.
Yeah.
It's August now.
And the thing is, we literally just got fully settled into the townhouse and everything the way we want everything. But now we've been having a serious black mold issue that the property's refusing to properly fix. So I went through corporate, got the transfer fee waived, which is typically $500 to transfer to a different property that they own versus one that they manage. And I'm just waiting to find out if we got approved for the property we want to go to.
Right.
Jesus,
and I'm sure you will.
Yeah, because literally the approval is more or less, it's not going to be like the credit side or anything like that. They still do all the credit checks and all that shit, but it's more income verification because this new place is a decent bit more than what we're paying now, but it's only a 5-year-old property. It's a Class A luxury place, like great amenities, fucking amazing community. It's a lot more people business professional people like, you know, like that live on the property. So I don't see it being a lot of the issues that we're having here, because this property, they kind of just let anybody fucking move in. And that's been a fucking issue. So yeah, so that's kind of the quick, dirty, and fast part of the story.
That's all right. That's all right. I just want you to be fucking happy and healthy, Joe. What the fuck? Like,
so yeah.
It felt like being in the US was an extended vacation. Yeah. I mean, it's time is a construct, okay?
Yeah.
Ask Kang.
Who? Kang? Who? You mean the guy that's not going to be in the fucking movies anymore?
Did you see what he said to TMZ?
Yes.
Yo,
Yeah.
did you see that? That
Where
shit.
He was talking about how Downey and like
Ezra Miller
Dude,
kept their careers, but his has just kind of been ruined because of all these.
The MCU and fucking Disney and Marvel and Robert Downey Jr. in particular can like all eat a dick, dude. Like that is it. Like we talked about last week. That is the dumbest shit I've seen for a movie, any movie in a long time. Like bringing Iron Man back to fucking be Doctor Doom. Like that was just brain dead marketing, brain dead people, giant fucking inflated egos. Like specifically Robert Downey Jr. I don't care how good of a guy he is. Fuck him for doing that. Fuck him for accepting it. Like nobody wants to see Robert Downey Jr. as fucking Doom.
Yeah.
Like no one asked. Literally no one asked for that. Literally no one.
And like, Ace is right. And plus he's a chobo. So Ezra is a chobo. We'll move on. So I just lit up a cigarette, and the reason because I smoke cigarettes, that's why I lit one. But there has been a challenge that has been set afoot in DD214 Network. Squilini, take it over. Talk about it.
Are you talking about the Discord? Discord?
So conversation started happening in the Discord under our Motivate Me in the health and wellness section. And it was between me, Midnight, and General Shango, two of our admins on the Discord side. And I was talking about how I've been quitting using chewing tobacco. And Midnight started asking a lot of questions like, what are you using? How are you, quitting? How's it going? Stuff like that. And then a challenge arose. So now we have a little bit of a challenge. Anybody in the Discord's welcome to join. But for me and Midnight, the thing is, if we have till November 1st to be completely off of nicotine. That's, we can't use any type of nicotine products, even what I'm using to step down, after November 1st.
By November
1st. If we're still using come November 1st, me and Midnight have to shave our beards and leave just the mustaches. John jumped in and he's having to quit smoking. If he's not done smoking by November 1st, he has to get a military haircut.
Oh, gonna cut off all that beautiful hair, John?
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm gonna have to quit because I'm not cutting my hair.
I was gonna say you better figure that one out real quick.
I'm not cutting my hair.
Hair doesn't grow that fast. So
and for Shango, because Shango doesn't use tobacco products and he's already gave up drinking. For Shango, his thing is sweets or ice cream. Like he's a big ice cream whore, according to himself.
Yeah, that's all right, Ace. That's all right, Crazy Ace. Like I've never like officially quit smoking, but I stopped buying cigarettes. I will occasionally bum. I will occasionally bum at the bar. I occasionally will get a single black and mild. And they sell singles. Yeah. I'll occasionally get a black and mild. You know what I mean? Like, don't feel bad about that. That's, it is what it is. And I think there's people like us, Crazy, where we're not gonna fucking. It don't matter how old I get. I'm probably still gonna occasionally have a cigarette. You know what I mean? Like I won't buy them. But I will occasionally have them probably for life. Like it's just. What the fuck is this? What are we watching?
Ice cream. Because of Shango.
Oh my God.
So that's actually a good question. I need to ask the group of us that have made this agreement about cigars, because I do enjoy a good cigar every once in a while. Like I've been into cigars for a while, Ace, and usually if I'm like when I'm sipping my glass of bourbon in the evenings or something, if the weather's nice, I like to sit on my back porch and smoke a cigar, have my glass of bourbon. So I need to see if that's gonna DQ me, because I didn't even think of that. I don't plan on giving up the cigars because I don't smoke them that often to where
send it in.
It doesn't seem like that would really be a DQ point.
No, I don't. I think tobacco's tobacco, but cigar smoking versus cigarette smoking versus dipping is very different.
Yeah, because you're not getting that same level of fucking nicotine from it. You know,
traditionally you don't inhale cigars. Traditionally,
yeah,
a lot of people do. Like me, if I smoke a cigar, like I inhale, and it's because I can't fucking smoke without inhaling. I take everything. I take everything downtown. Everything goes downtown when I fucking smoke. So it's like fuck it. But typically speaking, you're not supposed to inhale cigar smoke. That's not what it's for. So it is different. I agree with you, Joe. Cigar smoking is very different. Very, very different.
So just going back, and yeah, so the deal is I just have to be completely off of chewing tobacco. So cigars shouldn't be a fucking problem.
That shouldn't be a problem. Like I don't see.
I mean, even
you got to have something. You got to have something. You got to have something you can.
Because
something.
Yeah, because I mean, before this family beach trip, I plan on going to the cigar shop and picking up a couple cigars. So in the evening, after we're all done doing whatever we're doing during the day and sitting on the beach and whatnot, the beach house we're at's got a hot tub and a swimming pool. And I plan on, I'm going to bring down one of my good bottles of whiskey with me, bring some cigars in the evening, have a glass of fucking whiskey and smoke a cigar in the hot tub. To end the day's kind of situation. So,
man, it's a shame you can't have a Canigar yet.
What is that?
A cannabis cigar.
You mean a blunt, John? A fucking blunt? That's a blunt.
It's a cigar. It's a look, Squillini's about to go he's about to pull it up right now. It's large.
It's literally a cannabis filled cigar.
They have a word for that. It's called a blunt. Thank you. And John, you should already know that. You should already know better.
I don't know.
How dare you?
Look, for me, a blunt goes by the size. If it goes past the point of a certain size, it's now a cigar.
I would argue it goes off of what it's wrapped in. And so if you're wrapping tobacco or if you're wrapping cannabis in a cigar wrapper, blunt.
So those Goose Island, but that is a really good fucking beer because I've had a few of them. But yeah, $26 for
$26 beer
for a beer. That's a special occasion beer. That's not a fucking you're buying those and drinking those every fucking day.
Yeah.
And Ace, if you've got any questions about cigars, you can hit me up. I've been, in the cigar scene for a while. I actually pay $500 a year for a membership to the local cigar club and lounge. So
very nice. So we got a clip here from Ace. Tab audio. All right.
Look, does anyone know why we're out here doing this training today? Anyone? Yeah, you right there.
Sir, because Sergeant Major said he'd smoke us if we don't do it.
No, not quite the answer I'm looking for. The answer I'm looking for is to prepare, okay, to fight and win America's wars, okay? It really reminds me of this really pivotal moment at Shenandoah. There's something fascinating a lot of you might not know about the Battle of Antietam. I think one of Custer's big flaws, and that's just one of the few reasons that I really, really admire Patton. A lot of people don't know this about Schwarzkopf, big breakfast burrito guy. McConville always had this thing that he would say. Odierno had this thing that he would always say. General Petraeus had this thing that he would always say. And then he would sneak off and sleep with his biographer. But that's not important. Look, does anyone know?
Why is every LTC like that?
So, I gotta say something real quick. I've been out of the Army almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in October. I've been out. I can legally say this now. I had two major disappointments for the almost 12 years I was in the Army. One of them was PT. PT just always disappointed the fuck out of me. Like, the Army can do better, right? And the officer corps. Like, the officer corps disappointed the fuck out of me. Like, I don't remember. All of the lieutenant colonels I served under were so fucking forgettable and such like they were like, I don't even remember most of their names. Like, they were forgettable as fuck. They did not inspire me. They did not motivate me. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of like internal struggle because the people that were in charge of me were so fucking bland and worthless. And I say bland and worthless. And if you don't believe me, check the tally score on how we did in the global war on terrorism in both of those wars, and blame the lieutenant colonels. Like those guys right there are the reason we lost the fucking war.
My favorite ones were the butter bars. They were always cool.
Butter bars, first lieutenants, pretty cool. Even captains. I've had good captains.
Captains are cool too. Yeah,
amazing company commanders. Somewhere around the rank of like major, it's like their brains fucking fall out and they suck. And they just every dumbass fucking thing they can possibly do or shove in somewhere.
Yeah,
they do it.
The only lieutenant colonel that I fucking remember is the lieutenant colonel that was my junior ROTC company commander when I was in high school. And that's because I spent 4 years with this motherfucker. Every other lieutenant colonel, not memorable.
Just forgettable. Dude, they're forgettable. Yeah. It's like
he was semi like that, but at the same time, he was also retired out.
Right.
So he was a lot more. He was
personable.
More personable. He was a good coach and counselor and guided me in the direction I felt was needed for young dumb fucking teenage me.
Sure. The officer corps greatly disappointed me. Like 12 years almost of my life in the Army. And I can think of like a handful of anyone that was an officer that I really there was a few, they were here and there. Not a single one of them was lieutenant colonel. Not a single one of them was a lieutenant colonel. Like every battalion commander I ever had was pretty fucking bland and pretty like, it's like I don't know what they do at like the lieutenant colonel school or whatever, but it's like it's like what was that Eminem song where like all in the music video like all the kids dressed up like Eminem, so just like you just have
like toy soldiers,
whatever, dude, like where it's just like a million M&Ms or like like that's like lieutenant colonels in the Army.
Yeah, and
I swear to God, they're all the same. I swear to God, they're all the same.
John mentioned butter bars, and the thing is, I guess I got real lucky in my career because every butter bar I ever had within my unit was one of the guys that went green to gold. So they were E5, E6, fucking had combat experience, and then went to college, did the whole ROTC thing in college, and then graduated and became a fucking officer. Those guys were always the best leaders. Even a couple of my my captains and shit like that were green to gold guys. And those are the ones that definitely they have their shit together a lot better than most other officers that just go straight in as an officer because they've been bootlickers, boots on the ground, bottom of the fucking ladder before they got there.
Yeah.
So they know the struggles that us as the enlisted personnel, whether we're junior enlisted, junior NCO, senior NCO, whatever it might be, they're the ones, they understand the shit we're dealing with. So they're more understanding
they're usually like more hands-on too, usually.
That too.
Only
butter bar I've ever seen not get lost during a fucking land nav course is one of the guys that went green to gold.
Well, I've had some decent land nav lieutenants, but that was because we were in the fucking infantry. Like they weren't allowed to not know it. Like that was that was very specifically part of their job. So I have actually seen the stereotype broken down at Fort Carson when I was in 4ID. I did know some lieutenants that could actually navigate, like no shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. It wasn't all of them. It wasn't all of them.
Oh man. So that's actually very interesting. That was interesting. You know what? I didn't even check today if there was any military news. I was looking at
the military news. We had a couple of pop shots go off in fucking Iran and fucking Beirut fucking this last week, and a couple of guys lost their fucking lives, and I'm fucking happy about it.
Well,
like,
I saw
those motherfuckers can rest in piss, dude. Like,
what was really crazy is that there was a bunch of like YouTube pages that were live that were showing. Like they were showing live footage of like the country. It was, like those overhead cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were, I mean, nothing happened, obviously. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything, but like
the last fighter, if you ever make it down to KC, you come see me, bud. You hit me up and come see me. Missouri hospitality, freaking. If you ever come this way for any reason, just let me know. I'm not terribly close to Springfield, but I'm not terribly far away either. So you come by and say fucking hi anytime, brother.
Now, did a strike happen? Did something happen?
So the leader of Hamas, one of the leaders of Hamas, was fucking waxed in Iran. The bomb that killed him was placed there months ago.
Okay.
So I don't that's all I'm going to say. I don't have inside information. I'm just going off of what I've seen in threads and certain areas of the interwebs. It looks like it is likely that somebody in the Revolutionary Guard got paid to plant a bomb that eventually waxed this fucking dude, and it got him. And so that's Israel reaching out and touching somebody. The guy that got killed in Beirut in Lebanon, he was Hezbollah. He fucking deserved to die. Fuck him. Fucking piss on his grave too. That was an actual strike. That was an actual legitimate strike. The one in Iran was more of an assassination. It was more of an assassination. So, but fuck them both. Fuck them both. I cheered. I went out and had a beer that night because first I was happy about the dude in fucking Beirut getting waxed. So I was going to have a beer, and then I'm in the middle of having a beer. And the news comes out that the Hamas guy died in Iran. I was like, oh, more beer. I'm double fisting now, pissing on people's graves. Woo!
Yeah, I'm looking at the news now.
Ace,
fuck those cocksuckers, dude. Fuck those fucking cocksuckers. Dude.
Ace,
I'm glad both of them are fucking dead.
If you're ever in North Carolina, let me know in advance. I'll smoke some fucking brisket and pork shoulder so you can have some real good barbecue.
I thought he was about to say we're going to smoke cigars.
Oh, I mean, we'll have a cigar and a glass of bourbon too if he comes through.
Yeah. So I got some shit here. So are you guys familiar with who Bungie is, right?
The company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made video games, Destiny. They have one game marathon coming out.
This used to be a gaming podcast, so yes.
Yeah.
When
we first started. So we have a guy to put on the wall of shame. His name is Pete Parsons. Pete, so I'm just gonna do the story in order, okay?
Okay.
So Pete Parsons.
You're scaring me, John. Am I gonna get mad? Am I about to get mad?
Yeah, very mad. And I have pictures too.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I'll just sit back and let Jay do Jay's thing.
I was gonna say, let me go take my fucking my blood thinner pill, so I don't have a fucking stroke.
This is huge. All right. Pete Parsons, the top brass over at Bungie, spent $2.4 million on vintage cars in the course of 2 years.
What? $2.4 million on cars?
Yeah.
On cars.
On cars.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Continue. Just continue.
So he decided, hey, I want all my employees to come to my house and look at my cars.
Sounds like a lieutenant colonel. He sounds like a lieutenant colonel.
2 days later, he fired 220 of them.
Why?
Do you remember when Gojira did like the opening ceremony of the Olympics, and it was like Marie Antoinette like singing, opera from her own?
No, I don't remember this, even though it was just last weekend we showed the clip
while holding her own severed head.
And they banned our episode for that too. By the way,
you got to back up though. You got to back up.
Yeah, but that part's not there,
which is horseshit. Horseshit because literally everybody else does.
Now, question: is that part still there on the Rumble post?
Yes, and on Spotify.
It's because there's nothing wrong with it. It's free use. It's fair use.
Exactly.
There's absolutely no reason why our shit. I have no idea. We don't even have much of an audience. I have no idea how our shit gets taken down so quickly when it happens. This is not the first time that's happened. Not even close.
Because we're a bunch of fucking degenerates and nobody likes us.
Yeah. So let me reel you back in real quick. What's going on? What's going on from the dungeon? So in a statement called The New Path for Bungie, the CEO Pete Parsons announced that Bungie was restructuring to focus development efforts entirely on Destiny 2 and its upcoming reboot of Marathon. 220 roles, about 17% of the studio's workforce, were eliminated, and 155 more roles will be integrated into Sony. Now, I'm about to show you what this piece of shit bought. And the prices that are on there. Okay, this guy bought all these, and this is him right here, BNG P Parsons.
What the fuck, dude?
This is his. He had all his employees look at these cars 2 days before he fired them.
Rich people have like terrible taste sometimes.
Terrible taste. I want the fucking Volkswagen minibus.
There are some good cars in there, but like, why would you need all of these?
Why would you need all of them?
All of them.
Are you driving all of them?
I fuck. Oh, dude, do not, John.
So
John,
Jay, no, light it up, Jay.
Fuck this asshole.
Fuck these fucking assholes, dude. Like, and they're fucking like, you got money to fucking, you got money for war, but can't feed the poor, right? You got money for war, but can't feed the poor, to quote the great warrior poet, fucking Tupac Shakur. All right, like, this is bullshit, dude. That's just decadence for the sake of decadence, and it spits in the face of everybody that's out there grinding and slaving and working 2 or 3 fucking jobs and still aren't fucking making it. You know what I mean? It spits in the face of like hardworking people. Fuck that fucking cocksucker, dude. Fuck that fucking cocksucker.
So crazy that he fucking did this shit. And then what's even worse than this, right? People were hunting down his social medias. The last actual post he ever made was about anywhere between 3 to 4 years ago. And that post was him talking about layoffs at Bungie.
Of course.
So that post was him trying to suck cork.
He's a fucking cocksuck. What do you expect from a fucking cocksuck like that? That's what you're gonna get. Have you seen? I don't like to get political. Have you seen some of the fucking ads? Like, there's been a little bit of controversy in Missouri. There's a motherfucker. These are motherfuckers like running for governor, John. One dude has like a fucking flamethrower. I think it's a lady. She's a flamethrower. Another dude's like, they're holding AR-15s and shoot. Like, dude, it's insane. And you're like, I can just tell you're a piece of shit by the way you're fucking doing your ad. Like, you got to be a piece of shit, right? Like, there's just no way. There's no two ways about it. They're just pieces of shit. You got to show off with a fucking flamethrower or a fucking AR, dude, to like show how big your fucking nuts are. Like, what a pussy. What a bunch of fucking pussies, dude.
Christ.
What a bunch of fucking pussies, dude.
Damn it, FTD.
Yeah. Fucking A from the dungeon. Yeah, this fucking bullshit. This is an actual ad. It's an ad. They do this shit. Like this. Is this performance art? It's
it must be. I mean, I want the flamethrower too.
Flamethrowers are actually legal in all 50 states.
Yeah,
which is wild.
They are.
Which is wild.
It is very wild, actually. But they're totally legal.
Yeah, but you want to know what? Man, that is a cool ass party trick. Watch me light this fire pit.
That would be cool. But when you're running for governor, no. What are your policies? Where do you stand on infrastructure and taxes and things that actually affect?
And then you've got this ad, which just screams, "Burn it all to fucking hell."
It just screams tiny dick, tiny dick, no balls.
It's so interesting to me that flamethrowers are legal in all 50 states, and yet there's not many crimes with flamethrowers.
Well, John, they're kind of like single-use items, dude. I mean, you don't. What are you gonna do? Threaten somebody with a goddamn flamethrower? I'm just running away, dude. I'm just running the fuck away. Okay, I'm not fucking with that. Okay, I'm not fucking with that.
G.I. Joe fans, Jesus.
Yeah. I have no answer for any of this stuff. We live in fucking, but we live in goddamn bizarro world.
So I'm gonna actually mention something because you said that they're legal in all 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
There's one state they're not.
What is it?
California.
Jesus, Joe.
Makes sense. It makes sense. It's kind of like back in the day during the Olympics. It'd be all the scores would come out and it'd be 9-5, 9-4, 9-3, 7-6 from the Russians. 9-5 now, Jay. It's California.
Shit like that in Jersey.
It's California. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Same here. Crazy. Samesies, dude. Samesies.
The thing is, I know me and John are a lot more on the social media side of things than Jay, but at the same time, me and John do a lot of shit that requires us to promote, advertise, and do social media.
I fucking hate it. I hate it. I remember the good old days when you could when you could call a 1-800 number and get your fucking shit promoted on a billboard on the fucking highway, and that would be it. Put your fucking ad in the newspapers,
That's exactly why I left this shit up to you guys. That's exactly why I left.
I've realistically, John, I've thought about fucking trying to call up a couple of the billboard companies in my area that have empty billboards to see what it would cost to put a fucking
they're cheap
big thing up for fucking our podcast.
Nowadays they got the LED shit, so you don't even
need can change it.
They can. It's just it's an image.
All they do is fucking South. Do you think we have fucking LED billboards?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't. I don't go around those parts, brother.
The answer to that question is fucking no. It's a bunch of fucking hillbillies and rednecks around here.
Okay, well, I live in a big city, so we actually have.
Yes, I know this.
We have cool shit here. Sorry.
And then also one cool thing about Kansas City that I never fucking talked about from when I was out there. When we went downtown, when we were downtown at the hotel, and me and Amy, we went walking that first day we were there. On the side of one of the fucking high rises, a mural is painted with the fucking suicide prevention hotline fucking number and shit.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what building you're talking about.
And I'm like, that's how you fucking advertise suicide prevention.
Yeah.
I mean, well, like I was saying, maybe 2-3 months ago, my wife and I, we went over to the Walmart. It was like a Walmart or Target, and at the parking spots they have, how usually it's like it's like a pregnant only parking sign or veteran only parking sign. It's suicide prevention hotline on the parking sign, and it's just it fills up, and it actually prevents people from crossing the parking lot too. So it's pretty cool to see it promoted that way.
Absolutely. And I we were talking about it in my group therapy. I do group therapy every Tuesday at the vet center, and we were talking about the hotline number on Tuesday, and I because we do it every fucking week here, like I know it. 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. And I was able to just like word vomit that because it's like it's constantly up here. It's constantly up here. It's
something we talk about. It's something that we do
as we should
weekly, as we should, especially being, you know, 3 veterans, veteran focused. You know, we
have our struggles too. And like I just had a dude on my Facebook, one of my buddies, one of my brothers from the Army. He just shared a very personal post not long ago, probably like last night, about he was struggling last year and he wanted to die, and he kind of poured his heart out about it, and like I had no idea, but he shared it today, and it kind of it touched me because we all have our internal struggles. We all have our in the quiet of night, you know, in the dark of winter, you know what I mean? Like when everything is silent and everything's quiet, like this fucking shit doesn't stop. Like all this fucking gray meat between my fucking ears doesn't stop. It never turns off. It never shuts down. And it gets,
even when you sleep,
it gets a little scary sometimes. It gets a little scary sometimes. That's exactly why that hotline exists. And that's exactly why we always encourage everybody to reach out if you're having a moment, or if you're in the middle of a season that you can't see outside the goddamn fucking forest that you're fucking like lost in. That's exactly why we do this. That's exactly why we do that, is because it could be any day. It could be daytime. It could be nighttime. It could be fucking after you just had like the greatest day of your life, and for some reason that night everything just fucking crashes.
You're right.
It's okay. It's okay to reach out. It's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. We've lost too many. We've lost too many. So yeah,
you know, I'm back from the dungeon.
Yeah, I feel that, Ace. I've been thinking a lot of. It's just life, you know. You're getting older. You're seeing all like the negative shit going around you, and then you start like, you know, making changes for the better. Yeah. So that came from my end. I don't know if you guys heard that. Yeah, no, my son's phone's notification is the Super Mario coins. What are you doing, Joe? Why are you pressing buttons?
I was trying to rearrange our shit back to the fucking way it was when we started, but
it's hilarious. John finally gets to call somebody out for pressing buttons. That's fucking hilarious.
I wasn't pressing buttons. I was dragging fucking cameras.
So we had our prisoner swap this past week, I believe it was, just a couple days ago, and one of those I'm sorry. The United States and Russia completed their biggest prisoner swap in post-Soviet history on Thursday, with Moscow releasing American journalist Evan Gershkovich and Marine Corps veteran Paul Whelan, along with dissidents including Vladimir Kara-Murza, and a multinational deal that sets 24 people free. No, I don't.
Stop
no,
scratching your nuts while we're live.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll scratch my balls whenever the finger fuck I feel like it, dude. I'm sorry. Like, sorry, not sorry. Watch. Look, right there.
At least he doesn't sniff his hand after he does it. God
damn, dude.
Wrong button.
You're gonna be a meme now.
I don't give, dude.
Speaking of buttons, did you get that button I sent you, Joe?
I got it. I haven't downloaded it and put it on my fucking soundboard yet.
Did you hear it?
I did. One, right? That was fucking great. Because that's definitely going to come in handy with fucking Jay's ass sometimes.
Yeah, when Jay goes on his little, like, you know, it's honestly it's been a little bit. I've been kind of subdued this last year. I've been kind of subdued.
It's been a good year for you, Jay. It's been a good year for you.
I don't know if I'm calling it good, bro. Let's be careful on the adjectives there. Like, I don't know if I call it good.
We're coming up on 2 years since I started,
as
a co-host with you guys. And
we are. It's going quick, isn't it, Joe? It's going quick, isn't it?
So concept of time is one of those things that I always say, as we get older,
it just seems
time
like
gets fucking shorter or it goes faster.
The perception is it goes faster, but obviously it doesn't. Like time.
I mean, it doesn't go any faster, but the perception is because shit. If I were to go and backtrack, to when I first met my fucking wife, I was fucking 30 years old.
And how old are you now?
35.
Right.
But it feels like, because we're so compatible and we get along so well, it feels like it was just fucking yesterday.
Yeah. I understand. That's I can't believe this podcast is 4 years old.
But at the same time, I mean, I know we kind of sidetracked here, John, and you've got fucking topics and fuck your topics.
That's all I had to. That's all I had to say about the Marine being released. That was it. I didn't want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about Joe Biden going into the prisoner plane by accident. If
you are an American and you go into Russia right now, first you're a fucking moron. Second, whatever happens, if you end up landing your ass in prison for like some trumped up charge on fucking some bullshit, you went to Russia. You went to fucking Russia. Okay? Don't go to Russia, kids. It's not fucking safe there right now. Okay?
That's right.
It's fucking not.
Fucking Russia.
I forgot about the staff sergeant that was there.
I'm gonna just I've gotta make a comment to D here for a second here. Yes, I'm fucking young, but I get along with fucking the older generation more than I do my own fucking generation, because my own fucking generation's full of a bunch of dumbass fucking youngsters that don't know their fucking ass from their fucking elbow.
Joe, just admit it and say it straight up. You just don't get along with people. Okay. It's okay to say that. Like, I don't get along with people either very well. I don't get along very well with
my circle's so small that 2 out of the 5 people in my circle I do a podcast with every fucking Sunday.
Huh.
Hey, from the dungeon, who else is allowed to go to Russia? Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that cocksuck. Yeah, that fucking cocksuck.
No, but but Crazy Eight's brought up something. Yeah, Staff Sergeant Gordon Black got arrested apparently on theft charges in Russia, but he got sentenced to 4 years over there. So that's not looking good for him.
Almost guaranteed he wasn't still. No.
We know.
Yeah, we know. Just stay the fuck out of Russia right now. Okay, fuck Russia. All right, fuck Russia.
It's not a hard concept.
It's really fucking
not the people, just their government.
Mainly the government, and I'm starting to get a little pissed off at the people because they haven't revolted yet. Like, they've lost like hundreds of thousands of soldiers in Ukraine, and they haven't revolted yet.
Like, I just think that we're not seeing it. That's
entirely possible.
Yeah,
they've started to.
This fucking flies.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Now I'm going to have to fucking watch Meet the Fockers again, okay?
You know what? That's a t-shirt. The Circle of Trust, the DD214 network shirt.
So we still need to bring back the fucking dumpster fire one too.
So I've got a little bit of a fucking story from yesterday.
I love you, John.
I love you too, man. I know it's in the works, but
so I got a little bit of a funny story from yesterday. So Friday was my sister-in-law's birthday. So yesterday we go out to dinner, and then we end up going over to the mall because she wants to fucking go to the mall for fucking whatever reason at 36, 37 years old. I don't even know fucking how old she is. I just know it's fucking birthday. We take my mother-in-law into Spencer's.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
So first thing I go straight to the fucking back.
Yep.
I pick up the biggest dick lollipop I can fucking find.
Fucking A.
And I walk up and I smack my wife in the fucking face with it. While she's standing right next to my mother-in-law.
Hell yeah.
And my mother-in-law turns fucking bright motherfucking red. But they had a shirt there. And I'm going to buy it because it's fucking hilarious. Micro Penis Club President.
Oh my God, Joe! Will you stop? Will you fucking stop, dude? Like,
Joe, do you really have a micro penis? Hey, Ace, make sure you get some rest. Drink water.
Change your socks and take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen every.
Soju's your friend. Soju is your friend, Mass Sergeant. Soju's your friend.
We've been told to avoid going to Russia since the 80s.
Yeah, thank you. Fucking thank you. That is correct. Like, oh my God, you have some?
Again, Soju is your friend.
You have soju in your hand right now, Francesca.
Look at this motherfucker. He has soju
in his hand.
I love it.
I know you used to buy soju every day. It's just, oh shit, what is Jay about to go grab now? Francesca just said strawberry.
It's my typical white trash beer, dude. Like nothing crazy. Just
Miller High Life.
High Life. Like costs less than $6 for a 6-pack of a fucking 16-ounce cans.
It's backwards, Joe. I can't read that.
So
is that the spicy
vodka infused with ghost pepper? I use this for fucking Bloody Marys.
I was like, why do you want your vodka spicy? But then that makes sense. Bloody Marys make sense.
Because then I don't have to use fucking hot sauce. I just use the spicy vodka, my homemade fucking Bloody Mary mix, and
I got you.
Huge. It's huge.
I got you. So in other news, mistakes by employees at the Department of Veterans Affairs while processing claims for veterans rated as 100% disabled resulted in around $100 million in improper monthly compensation payments.
What does that mean? Like people were improperly rated 100%, or I'm not.
That's what it sounds like, but I'll keep on going. Well, the article explains more. Roughly $9.8 million in overpayments and about $84.7 million in underpayments to impacted veterans occurred as a result of claims processors not consistently following policies and procedures. A rating of 100% for compensation may be assigned when the overall disability rating is less than 100, but the veteran is considered to be unable to get and maintain a job due to service-connected disabilities, which is reported.
Okay.
The Watchdog team reviewed statistical samples and estimated that 74% of claims granted for those with that disability compensation rating and 76% of those denied between May of 22 and April 23 had at least one claim processing error. So what I'm understanding here that they were being improperly paid. Whether the VA, the department's agency which handles the complex financial disbursements is processing veterans claims effectively enough served as a subject of a House panel meeting last week. But Ronald Berg said we have taken corrective action on 95% of all the cases identified in that report. We should have that remainder done here shortly. So veterans are getting overpaid and underpaid.
Interesting. That's interesting. That
is interesting.
That's right around the time I got mine too. Like that's right around the time I got my rating.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it is. Like I went in. We got to Kansas City in December of 21, and I think I went to the VA in like late January, early February.
Yeah.
And then it took a few months, for the rating to go through. And then I got my rating. So yeah, keep an eye on your stuff, kids. If you're
I did
214.
So when I did mine,
Joe, don't look at it, eat it.
when I did mine, my wife, she was a big part in helping me do my claim. And I mean, it's kind of interesting when you hear other people, and in no way am I dogging anyone who went to another source to get to help with their benefits. You know, man, so what was it? My wife and I, we were about to get kicked out of our apartment, and about 3 months prior, we did the application, and then the application came in 3 months later as accepted at a 70%, which was super relieving, like that day. And I get, I don't know, I guess my point about this is that, like, you can do it on your own.
Sure.
You can do it on your own.
It helps to have help.
Absolutely. But
I
that's
remember
interesting.
I remember going to the physical evaluation, and I had my girlfriend at the time with me, and it actually scared me a little bit because I didn't realize, up to that point, I had not realized some of the damage I had done to my body. And there were a couple of specific little things the medical professional had me try to do, and I was like, I can't. And it was like, and then I discovered that I have carpal tunnel. Like, I never knew I had carpal tunnel. Like, I've got carpal tunnel, bone damage, nerve damage. Thankfully, on the good side, my nerve damage seems to be such that I don't feel a lot of pain. So thankfully there's that for me, like, on the plus side. But like, there's stuff that I had no idea until I went to get medically evaluated, and they were like, "Yeah, you're fucked. Like, you're fucked." So here's your rating. Here's your rating. You know what I mean? It was like, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? Like, when you know the burn pit cancer's coming, what do you say to that, right? What do you say to that?
Well, so right. That's kind of like, I just finally got all my paperwork back in order. And I actually, right before our beach trip, I go for my fucking physical to get to start working on getting my rating. And
you haven't done it yet, Joe?
I'm fucking afraid.
No fear, brother. No fear.
Get what you deserve,
and
Joe.
That's the thing. I'm afraid because I've been chewing, like, using chewing tobacco since I was fucking 14.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. That's not what they're gonna give you a rating for.
No, I know they're not gonna give me a rating for that, but I'm afraid of what they're gonna fucking find.
Brother, it's all the same in the end. It's all the same in the end.
Wouldn't you rather know?
But then at the same time, it's like, I already know I'm fucked to begin with from a medical standpoint, which is why I've started making these moves to better my lifestyle. Like, I done told the wife, I said, I'll give up tobacco.
Do it by 40.
Drinking sugary drinks.
Do it by 40. Do whatever you want
but
40.
I'm not going to give up fucking, alcohol. Like, the one thing, I will still drink, but I've also beer. If I were to drink 2 of those High Lifes, Jay, I would feel like shit for the rest of the fucking day.
I feel like shit some days. I'm not going to lie. When I have like a couple too many at the end of the night, and it's like the next morning I'll wake up and it's like, God damn it. Like, you didn't need that extra one. You know what I mean?
I've switched to drinking the hard seltzers a lot more because it's literally carbonated water with fucking alcohol.
Water. Yeah, it's water with alcohol. That's exactly what it is.
And I feel fucking fine. I could drink a fucking 12-pack of these and still fucking
definitely. Yeah, Freedom Fighter's right. Don't tell them that you dipped since you were 14. Like, really what they're looking for is, like, what changed from the day you entered service to the day you got your GD 214. Like, everything in that little span is what you like, whatever your body was like on day 1 to whatever your body was like on the last day. That's what they're looking for.
And that's the other thing. Like, I'm looking at, because I'm trying to get back into my doctor, start fucking, going through, figuring out everything. I found out 6 years ago I only have one working kidney. So, I mean, technically I'm not supposed to eat pork products, red meat, or drink.
You're not allowed to die, Joe. I'm not, like, I'm not allowing it.
So I go once a year to my primary care physician, and I have my blood work and do a physical.
Okay.
My kidney functions at 100%, even though I only have one. And it's been that way since I found out. So, the thing is with that, it's like, even though I have one, the one that I do have that's working is working the way it's supposed to. I don't need to go on medication. I don't need dialysis. I'm fucking good there. Everything else checks out fine. Like, the fucking wife.
He will when it becomes legal in his state. He will when it becomes legal.
Yes, it's for me, it's a legality thing. And being an MP and being the person I am, I don't want to do it until it's legal here because I don't want to get in trouble for it.
The morality.
Joe actually has a good job.
And because of my job, like once it becomes legal, you best believe I will go fucking get my medical card and start going that route.
If it's legal, you don't even need a card, bro. Just fucking go get it. Like,
so it's actually it's already in the House for the state currently, the state House of Representatives for North Carolina for medical use, for medicinal.
Okay.
It's passed through everything else so far. So once it passes through the House, then medicinally we can start using.
It'll start trickling down because usually it spreads.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I've watched, I keep an eye on the news. Like I've watched every other state that's fucking fully legalized it at this point for medical and recreational. And a lot of the times it starts as it gets medically fucking recognized and legal, and then it becomes recreational within a year after that.
Yep. They see, and I know a big thing is that they see how profitable it could be and things like that. So,
and that's the thing. Once it becomes fucking medicinally legal, then I'll start and give up a lot of the other shit that I fucking did.
You got this, man. Just that we're about to quit smoking. Well, chewing. We're just getting rid of tobacco. Tobacco's going.
Well, not all tobacco, because I'm not giving up my cigars that I indulge in like once every 6 months.
Yeah. Oh man. I got what. Those states know it's good for you. They just want to know how much money they could get from the taxes, which is true. I mean,
well, and the thing is, for North Carolina, our governor, his final term's ending, so he's not running for re-election now. And before he leaves, he's trying to get it fucking medicinally recognizable, so that way it's an advancement for the state.
I could get a card very easily out here in Missouri, but the main dispensary that I go to get my shit, cannabis related shit, already gives me a fucking veteran discount. So it doesn't really do anything for me to have the card because the card is basically the same discount. You know what I mean? Excuse me. But yeah, the medical card would get me a discount, but my veterans discount basically does the exact same thing. So
it's so interesting that you say that too, because like when I was a medical user, the discount was there. Mm-hmm. But then like my veterans discount, I would always choose my veterans discount, even though some dispensaries are lower than other dispensaries. You know, I mean,
I got $100. I had $100 order the other day, and I think I paid $60.
Yeah,
60. So I don't need a card. I don't need a card because I'm like, fuck that. Like whatever they're giving me with the veteran shit, I'll take it. Hand over fist, dude. Like I'll take it at that particular dispensary I go to.
Yeah.
Need to go check on the wife. She's needing something real quick.
You're good.
Yeah, go ahead.
What else you got, John? What else you got? We got a few minutes left today.
Yep. Recruiter rebounds. This would be a great thing to talk to Cleary about. Buoyed by an increase in the recruiting, the Army will expand its basic combat training and what its leaders hope reflects a turning point as it prepares to meet the challenges of future wars.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because there was a report that came out a couple days ago. I don't know who said it. A representative said that we don't have enough soldiers to fight in the war against Russia or China or both.
Which is not true.
That's exactly what I thought too.
We would find them. It would be no different than GWAT. You know, remember, like I was a GWAT baby, and I was a surge baby. I was a surge baby, not Iraq. I was a Afghanistan surge baby. And I went in to the United States Army at 29 motherfucking years old. I turned 29 the day after I got shark attacked, getting off the bus.
Holy shit.
I turned 29 the day after the shark attack. Like shark attack is like day 0, fucking like day 1, I turned 29. I made it all the way till I was 40 years old. And barring a couple of different events that occurred in my personal life, I might be still serving. I would still be serving probably.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. It just didn't work out like that for me. So I got buddies that are still in.
Yes, it does, Cleary. I got you. Good.
If they need bodies, they will fill uniforms with bodies.
Yep.
They will find a way. They will find a way. I know our succeeding generations are a little bit tubbier than we tended to be. Doesn't mean a fucking thing. Like we have the third most populous country in the world. The third most populous country in the world.
Yes, we do.
If we need to fill uniforms with bodies, we will.
Yep.
We will. And they are out there. They are out there. Like,
and so this go ahead, John. So this article continues on saying that the added training will begin in October, and it comes as the Army tries to reverse years of dismal recruiting when it failed to meet its enlistment goals. New units in Oklahoma and Missouri will train as many as 4,000 recruits every year now. Army leaders are optimistic they will hit their target of 55,000 recruits this year and say the influx of new soldiers forced them to increase the number of training sites.
You're not wrong from the dungeon. You're not wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. That ain't some hippie shit. We've seen war, and we don't want it. We don't want it for anybody.
Yeah, that's definitely not hippie shit. That's
real shit. That's real shit.
Yeah, that's just fucking speaking the truth.
Yeah. So
being someone that's seen war, like Jay said, like I would rather fucking peace.
Yep. 100%. The suffering that I saw is what fucks it up for it ain't fucking, this ain't fucking John Wayne's fucking like black and white movies, you know, like making the shit look fun.
No, you're right.
It ain't like that. War is not like that. War takes stuff out of people. Even and the civilians get it the worst. And the civilians get it the fucking worst. And it steals stuff from us, like our essence.
Yeah.
It steals who we are because it never goes away. It's like a fucking stain. It's like a fucking black oil stain on your goddamn fucking heart and soul. And I want peace. I want peace for everybody too. But I'm still dancing on the graves of those two cocksuckers that got fucking waxed this week. And Hamas and Hezbollah. I'm still dancing on I'll piss on their fucking grave. Fuck those motherfuckers.
Yeah. There we go. So they opened up a 09M sub 31 AFQT and FSPC fat camp to all BCT sets, where it was previously only at Fort Jackson. Oh, so when I was in Fort Jackson, we had a gentleman who fit the criteria for being in that weight class. He was tall though. He was very tall. So, you know, because you're tall too, aren't you, Squilini?
About the same height as me. He's 6 foot.
I'm so.
Yeah, because this guy
at
was
one
about
point in my life, I was
well.
6'10" or 6'2", not 10. Fuck.
I was about to say, holy
that's
shit,
a tall motherfucker right there. But
he's not that.
I was 6'2", and then
airborne
skydiving in my fucking accident, I lost a couple fucking inches. Now I'm 5'10".
I believe it. That's compression. That's spinal compression and fucking all the fun things. Yeah.
And you know why I fucking my back hurts every fucking day?
Yeah. Airborne all the way. Airborne all the way.
Yeah. it's so interesting because like we had a guy who went into fat camp during boot camp, and it was incredible to see the push that they gave him and how much weight he lost in the matter of a couple of days. You know, it's insane. It's insane, but it was nice to, you know, it was just an interesting thing to witness, you know, that the Army had that at standby in case anybody needed it at that moment in time. And I thought that was really cool. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
the Army does a lot of backwards planning, and they also do a lot of planning for things that might happen, even if they don't happen.
Yeah.
So that they have a plan in place if X or Y or Z occurs. And that is one thing the Army does not get enough credit for. And that I will say there's plenty of hardworking officers out there. As I was disparaging the officer corps earlier. Like, there's plenty of hardworking officers working out there behind the scenes to have plans in place for exactly what you're talking about, John.
Yeah. So back to John, you saying, you know, I'm tall. I'm gonna bring up this picture from KCJ.
Yeah, do it. I was gonna say, because
are you guys standing?
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're not standing. We're sitting, and I mean, even sitting, you can tell someone's height technically.
Ish. Yes, you can. Ish. Yes, you can.
So, yes, I'm about as tall as Jay.
Yeah,
but I'm like 3 times as wide.
It's a good picture. By the way, that is a good picture of us.
It is.
That was a good picture of us. Like,
the only reason it turned out good is because I let my wife take it.
Fair.
What, you don't take good pictures, Joe?
I take pretty decent ones, but
I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys again. It's
man,
it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Whether it's our Army brothers and sisters, family members. I just got an official invite. One of my brothers from Tucson. Well, okay. It's 3 brothers. It's 3 brothers. I started by meeting the one in the middle, and me and him were smoking buddies back in the day. Then I met the youngest brother. And me and him were kind of like drinking buddies. So I was like smoking buddies with one, drinking buddies with the other. Their oldest brother is in the Air Force. He's retiring in October officially as a full bird colonel. And because when they go to the officer school to become a major, they were stationed out here at Leavenworth, basically Kansas City. Yeah, out here at Fort Leavenworth, because that's where the school is. And the Air Force and the Army, it's a combined school, it's a joint school. So they were out here for a while, and that was when I was still private. I was still a mechanic at Leonard Wood before I reclassed the infantry. And well, he's finally retiring. He's a full bird colonel now. So I got my official invitation to see, and like they're all coming, like Lottie Dottie, everybody, they're all coming out. So like not just the 3 brothers, like, you know, their mother, who I know, probably their dad's going to be out here, you know, who I've met. Like it's going to be a thing, right?
Hell yeah!
And I'm so looking forward to, like, if you guys would understand this reference, like, so there's three brothers, right? Like they're like the Earp brothers, and I was like their Doc Holliday. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like Jay was like that family's Doc Holliday. Like that's but I can't wait till they're out here, man. Like I love
it's
it.
It sounds like it's gonna be a nice time.
Kansas City is such a welcoming environment, and to be born here, I wasn't raised here, but to be born here and to finally make it back after several decades and life and the universe and everything, it's been really cool. And I love welcoming people here. I love being with people here. I have another buddy, his mother's out here, and I'm going to be in his wedding in Tucson in February. His mother's out here this weekend for a baseball tournament for his nephew. And we're having dinner tonight. I don't know where yet, but we're having dinner tonight. Like, and it's because
you find any new bars yet?
No. But I worked a lot this week, and I need to call my brother, and my brother's been busy. So that kind of means like I'm not going downtown by myself. You know what I mean? I'm not going even to like the River Market, which is it's a little bit more hoity toity. Like even the River Market, like I'm not going
the River Market.
Yeah, I'm not going that. And I don't go places. I don't like going places by myself when I'm not within X from home. And that's
understandable.
That's that. I still haven't gotten over it. What do you want me to say? I still haven't gotten over it.
That's okay.
It's easier to go up the street to the sports bar, the pub and grub, the sports bar, or it's easier to drive down the street and go to Harvey's. I hate to say it, but it's like,
yeah,
it's like the
convenience,
close proximity to my house. You know, I got the cat. Well, I got the cat. You know what I mean? Like I just don't like being away unless I have people there. You know what I mean? And I just don't have. I don't have a lot of people yet.
Make the time and go to the drum room.
I did not forget. I thought I was thinking about you the other day. I literally was thinking about. I was like, dude, like maybe sometime this month, like pick a day you're not working and just go have like an early afternoon cocktail at the drum room. It's going to be a late because they don't open till 4. Okay. Well, I was gonna say like just to wet my whistle, nothing crazy. Just go in there and put on a nice shirt, and and just go in there and have a cocktail for Joe. Because I'm thinking about that.
Go grab you some barbecue from Jack Stack and then go up to the fucking drum room, have a drink after dinner.
That might be a thing. I originally was going to, that was how I ended up not watching Deadpool this week. I planned on going to see Deadpool in the theater this week. And then I do security, but I work for 2 different companies. Mm-hmm. Both of them called me this week and were like, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? And I fucking took all of it. I was like, fuck it. Give it to me. Yeah. And it was fine. It was fine. I had, working was easy. It was fine. It was just, when I picked up those shifts, it kind of threw everything else, like it shoved everything else like down, onto a different burner. You know what I mean? So I am going to try to watch Deadpool at some point this week, this week coming. I just picked up a bunch of shifts this week too. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to stay busy right now. So
yeah.
That's what I like to hear. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I mean, that's all the news that we got. It was pretty tame. There was not a lot of news, but the news that was out there was pretty big.
Yeah, there was, and there's a reason we're not getting into a lot of that stuff here on this particular show. That for reasons because we don't. Well, first off, we're not fucking idiots,
and second off, we don't try to talk politics.
Thank you.
That too.
Thank you.
But I will remind everybody, elections are coming up. Fucking vote.
Yeah.
100% get registered.
And the only reason I'm saying go out and fucking vote when the elections happen is because if you don't vote, I'm one of them motherfuckers that says you don't get to bitch about whoever's in office.
Basically, not
voting. Voice your opinion. How can I take your fucking opinion seriously when you want to bitch about the fucking person in office? Oh, shit. From the dungeon. I didn't fucking talk about that. I did watch SummerSlam last night and fucking Roman Reigns made his return. So last night during SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes was in a Bloodlines rule match against Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa was the enforcer for Roman Reigns during his reign as the champion and all that shit. Solo has done nothing but badmouth Roman since Roman's gone on vacation or whatever, since losing the title to Cody. There's been all this back and forth. And fucking Reigns comes in last night. For the first time since WrestleMania, we see Reigns in the fucking ring. His shirt said OTC. Original Tribal Chief. That's just what I'm thinking. And he fucking scared. The look on Solo's face alone was fucking priceless. Because Solo had that look of, I know I done fucked up.
I have to check it out today. I haven't. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I put it on late, so I didn't see all the beginning matches. I put it on right during the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match.
Yeah.
With it was fucking Seth Rollins was the special guest referee.
What?
Yeah, and Rollins was not refereeing that match at all. He let he let Punk and fucking McIntyre tear each other to fucking bits.
Damn.
It was a good match. It was a good match.
It was a good match because Rollins doesn't like Punk, but he also doesn't like McIntyre, but he'd rather McIntyre beat Punk. So like there were times where it was 100% a fucking 3 count. Like Punk had fucking McIntyre pinned and Rollins would wait, 10, 15 seconds to fucking go down to start the count. And then he'd do a slow count instead of a proper 3 count.
Right.
And then McIntyre would fucking break out, vice versa. Great fucking match there. Logan Paul fucking lost his title to Braun Breaker, who is I think he's the son of Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
So, he's one of the Steiner brothers. Liv Morgan beat out Rhea Ripley. Damian Priest lost his title to Gunther. Cody retains the fucking undisputed title because Reigns came out and fucked everything. I mean, it was a Bloodlines rules match. Like, this is the second one Cody's been in a year. This time, Orton and Kevin Owens come out and take out Tama Tonga and the other fucker that I don't have a fucking clue what his name is. And finally, Jacob Fatu, aka the Samoan Werewolf, comes out, beats the ever-living hell out of fucking Rhodes. Then fucking he's gone because fucking Reigns shows up. Like the second they did the fucking firework pop off or the pyro pop off for Reigns' entrance, I was like, oh my God, fucking the original Tribal Chief's back. LA Knight fucking took the title from fucking from Logan Paul.
I saw that. I just saw that this morning on a highlight on Reddit. Like
it was good. I mean, it was overall.
Is it just me?
I did see. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the beginning of it.
Is it just me? Like, as much as I want to hate Logan Paul, he's a good fucking wrestler.
So
like he is a fucking natural. He's a natural at it.
So
man, fuck him. I don't forget what he did at that forest.
Well, that was a fucking that was a while ago. He was fucking young, dumb, stupid.
It don't matter. That's wrong.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
That's wrong.
It was a piece of shit move. However, even Triple H during the after show when they do the press conference was like, when Logan came in, I wasn't sure about him. But Logan's dedicated himself to WWE. Like, he's give up all his other like fighting things. Like, he was going to try to do MMA. He was going to do boxing with Jake, shit like that. He's like, Logan's 100% dedicated to WWE and becoming a main event, main roster fucking wrestler.
I was shocked when I saw him wrestle the first time. I was like,
I don't have to forgive him.
You don't, John, and you don't have to like him either. I don't like him as a
fucking person.
As a human being, I would pass by him in a hallway and not give him the fucking time of day.
But as a wrestler, he fucking has dedicated himself.
He's good. It's hard to watch him in a wrestling match and be like, fuck, has he been doing this his whole life?
Yeah.
Because like I've seen wrestlers that spent their entire careers in professional wrestling, and they don't look half as fucking good as he does in the ring. And it's like, God damn it. I want to hate him, John. I want to hate him. I kind of
hate them both.
I kind of do.
This afternoon, I'm going to go back and rewatch the replay of fucking SummerSlam to see the matches I missed, because apparently I missed a lot of good shit before
if it was anything like WrestleMania, every match was probably good. Because I remember watching that second night of WrestleMania.
This new Paul Levesque era of WWE is just fucking different. It's the reboot of fucking WWE we needed, because Vince kept things the same and wasn't accepting of any change within the industry.
Yep.
And Triple H steps in. They obviously all that shit against Vince happened. Triple H comes in and fucking starts changing things and doing things different and rebooting fucking WWE as a whole. And it has been fucking amazing.
I have a short anecdote to share about professional wrestling since we're talking about good matches, before we get to the final thought. But WrestleMania 3, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm.
They practiced that match privately at I think it was at Macho Man's house. I think it was at Randy Savage's house.
Yeah.
They practiced that match for weeks before that event. And it turned into one of the greatest matches of all time. Mm-hmm. And if you go back and watch that particular wrestling match all the way back in fucking WrestleMania 3, that goddamn long ago, you'll see the work that they put in for the performance.
Yeah.
And that's basically that's what it was. It's a technical match. It's very, there's a lot of moves. There's a lot of, and you didn't see that a lot in those days. You did not see that a lot. Like, that was a different era of wrestling.
Well,
and yeah, nowadays it's like you have to have the pop. You have to have the high flying and the flips and the
fucking high energy, just the energy overall.
All of it, all the time.
And that's
all of it all the time.
My first ever pay-per-view I watched was the Hell in a Cell when it was Taker versus fucking Mick Foley.
Holy shit, 98?
Yes.
Man, you make me feel old, bro. I was a fucking, dude.
Motherfucker, you are old.
I had already lost my virginity at that point, bro. Like
I was in 98. I was 9 years old.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
I was 17.
You're old as shit. But that was my first ever pay-per-view I remember watching.
Okay.
And
good one to go in on. That's a good one to go in on.
That was what gave me the love for fucking WWE and wrestling that I have.
Yeah, the earliest match I remember seeing was Razor Ramon versus 1-2-3 Kid, Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw, yeah. My dad took me. I got to go to 2 house shows in Tucson when I was a kid, and one of them was the main event was Ultimate Warrior versus Undertaker in a body bag match.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, the main event was like a battle royal, like kind of like Royal Rumble rules, like over the top. And it was the Big Boss Man one. The Big Boss Man one. I remember that.
Yeah. So Greg, I want to keep on talking about this, but we're going over our time now, guys. But which one do you guys want to take the final?
Joe, you haven't done it in a while. Is it your turn today?
I did it like 2 weeks ago.
We'll do it again.
Don't lie to me, dude. Don't lie to me.
No, I did.
Liars shall inhabit their part in the lake of fire, right? Like, I got it. I got it. You got it? You got it?
Well,
do you got it or do I got it?
Don't start fighting about it now.
Yeah. What's up, dude? Like, are you gonna take it or what?
You had it before I said I had it, so you got it.
What? Put it up, John. All right, kids. We're back. We have another mission for you. 168 hours. We need you back here. All right. The reason we talk about this, every show, the reason we talk about this at the end, the reason we put the number up is for reasons. We have lost entirely too many of our friends. I was talking earlier about the fact that I do group therapy every week at the Veterans Center here in Kansas City. They asked me about it this last week. One of the guys kind of tapped me. He was sitting next to me. He tapped me. He says, "Jay, how many of you lost to suicide?" I don't have a number. It's too many. I don't have the number off the top of my. I would have to think about it. I would have to think about it. How many people I've lost to suicide? We are not allowed to die, and not like that. Okay, the mission is to live to see another day. That's the only secret of life that actually really exists. If you think about it, you just have to live to see another day. We know it gets dark. We know it gets stormy. We know bad shit happens and you feel overwhelmed and you have no idea how you're going to make it a single fucking second longer. That's okay. There are people out there that will listen to you. There are people out there that love you. It might be your family. It might be your friends. It 100% is people that pick up the phone when you call or dial 988 or 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. You call those numbers. There are people waiting to take your phone call, and they will listen. All right? I cannot tell you that tomorrow is just going to be like all peaches and cream. I cannot tell you that you're going to make it into the clearing outside of the dark forest anytime soon. I cannot promise you those things. What I can promise you is if you are removed from this equation, you cannot help us fight. And we need you in the fight. All right? One team, one fight. All right? For every person we've lost, that's one person less we have in the fight. And we need you guys to fight. All y'all, lottie-dottie, everybody, male, female, anything in between. We don't care here on the show. We don't freaking discriminate. We do not discriminate here. Everybody is worthy. Everybody is worth something. All of you are. If you're having some bad thoughts, if you're having some bad feelings, if you're overwhelmed, if that goddamn forest you've spent an entire season of your life in is getting too dark, pick up the fucking phone and call somebody. Call your mom. Call your dad. Call your homies. Call your cousins. Call your friends. Call whoever the fuck you need to call. If nobody's picking up the phone, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you feel guilty because you don't want to wake somebody up, call this shit. Text or dial 988 or dial 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. It ain't no bullshit. I've called this number personally twice. Not because I was suicidal or homicidal, but because I just needed to fucking get some shit out. I was overwhelmed. Okay? I didn't get the fucking cops called to my house. No SWAT team came in. It was fine. Okay? It was fine. All right? So don't listen to the fucking stories about fucking people that like whatever. It ain't like that. They'll listen to you and they will talk. I talked to them for 45 fucking minutes one day in the middle of the afternoon because I was just too overwhelmed with like goddamn everything for whatever reason that day. Whatever was going on that day, I don't even remember at this point. It was a couple years ago. Okay? You guys can do this. You're fucking stronger than that. Call someone, anybody. Get your fucking asses back here in 168 hours. That's why we do this live. That's why we do it every fucking week. Sunday is our holy day. All right? This is our fucking church. Come join us for fucking services every Sunday. Get your ass in formation and bring your ass back here alive, motherfuckers. Fucking alive. We can't use you if you're fucking dead. All right? All I can do is go toast, go have a toast and a fucking beer at your grave with a fucking a fresh open one sitting there that you can't drink no more. So fucking knock it the fuck off, please. Pretty please, sugar on top. Jay's not a fucking fan of losing anymore. All right, I know what's going to happen. The older we get, it happens. But no, not like that. Let it be a fucking car accident or goddamn burn pit cancer or any of the other goddamn 100 things that are going to fucking kill us in the next fucking like however many years. Not that way. Not by your own hand. Roger. Thank you.
10-4. But guys, thank you so much for being around. We appreciate you guys coming. Thank you so much. We will see you in 168 hours in formation, black socks, dress right dress.
Fucking A. See you guys next week.